My name is Klaasen and welcome to Broome again. I'm here on my second trip. It's winter time, which means the temperature is quite pleasant, but it's also a very busy, booming time up in the northern part of Australia, Western Australia, because well, it's really winter in Perth, like between 10-15 degrees, cold and rainy. Up here it's 30 degrees, still nice. It's absolutely chock-a-block. The hotel is absolutely full, and even though we're doing the renovation, the normal operations continue, which means that the actual implementation that we are doing has to be done step by step, stage by stage. I'm here currently for the installation of the bar and steakhouse, which is currently closed, but we are basically aiming to open that up by the end of this month. So I've been here to check the lighting locations, the circuitry, the grouping, and as some of you who have worked with countryside contractors, this is considered countryside. It's quite a challenge. They speak a different language, and you really need to go into the finer details. They do things that they do as a habit, not necessarily things that are like common practice in commercial projects like I normally do. So that's what I'm doing right now. We've been looking at the dimming, whether we have enough circuitries, because they've done their own thing. Obviously they have looked at my drawings and things, but when I came here I found out that things had been grouped a bit differently. Anyhow, it's working out. It's a patience thing. You need to be here, explain to them, and then maybe by the end of this month we can actually commission everything. It will be quite a step up what we are doing in terms of sophistication and lighting effects and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to that, to set some sort of a bar for the future projects of this client. I'm about to round up. I've been here for the last 2 days. I've got some footage of the various stages of what I've been doing. I thought of also just sharing a bit of my notes, how I work. I've got my new companion, and I can easily sketch and write down notes and explain to the contractor what I have in mind, little details on how to implement, where to put the step lights. I've done landscape reviews, how to conceal the lights, showing them the locations where I need power to be brought to. It's simple things that help people to understand. There's a little island in the bar, understanding from where do we put the linear lights. Another landscape plan. Obviously things go in between steps depending on who needs to talk to you, so I cannot always do everything in the same sequence. Showing little details like that. And then one of the big things that we really had to discuss is the zoning. They've got limited circuitries, and so I needed to have a look at that and decide which of the lights we group together. And then they have this very traditional way of doing switching and all that, so needed to decide what we're going to do there. So yeah, that's just giving you a bit of an idea of what I've been doing around here. I'm now entering the new bar bistro. Work is currently underway. On the interiors they're doing an outside coat, and here we're preparing the electricals to do the bar counter lighting. There'll be lights in the boxes on the top. There'll be a wash in the fascia, downlights. So we're measuring things up. And one of the important issues is to make sure that we get this right. The little light here. That will need to be covered up. We have a little that will be coming out like that, so that we cover that up.
Having your little sketch companion with you is always handy when you're on site to explain how the detail has to be executed. So this section is about giving you an impression a bit what we're doing. One of the things are these panels. They are fretted glass panels. One side is the rough fretted side, the other one is the smooth side. Originally there were two panels, now there's only one, so we needed to test how it looks like when light is coming from the top and then comes down through that fretted glass. Now of course it's in full daylight, so you can't see the effect, but at night it should be quite nice. It will be color changing and it will be synchronized with the boxes that are above the bar, so that there's a color element that will be quite playful, I think. So we're actually testing how the light goes through that glass and how it's affected. This part is the fridge. We found out that there's some old fluorescent tubes inside there. Obviously that will not match with the new mood and ambience that we are creating. So I looked inside there and then sketched out for the contractor what we need to do to replace those lights and put some new warm tone lights in that fridge. Other things that happen in the bar is also, this lights and the ceiling locations for the downlights, and then the step lights need to be taken, put into position. But as I mentioned, there's also these boxes at the top. And these boxes at the top, they currently have still some old fluorescent tubes in there. But it's, they are going to be replaced with color changing LEDs, and there will be fretted glass in front of that as well, just as the panel that you saw before. And it will be a very cool effect, I think, when we can bring that soft tone colors in there. There's also some work lights behind the bar that they're installing there right now to make sure that there is sufficient light when people walk behind the bar, because we're going to create a really nice mood and ambience.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's will be one of my first commissionings within the projects that I'm doing with them, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to just set a sort of a standard for the rest of the things that we're going to do. So stay tuned, have a look at it, and we'll speak soon.